Nick Holt and Varese hosting Milano IFL wildcard round. Home team already up 2-0 the first at the 37-yard line. Former UTEP quarterback Calvin Braunholtz pump fakes to give Roberto Zenfalini a little time. Touchdown Scorpions. Rhinos in more trouble in their own end zone. Defensive end David Voila crashes the party, wraps up the ball carrier. The second safety of the game. Scorpions stinging the Rhinos up 10-0 in the first. Second quarter, more of the same. Third and goal. Braunholtz to Martino Piazzi. It's a 17-0 lead. Rhinos do get on the board. Varese, though, advances 17-7. But as Mason Lowry and Nick Ide tell us, not all good news for the victorious Scorpions.
You know, I've been at BCSN for almost 12 years now, and I have to say, among the gutsiest performances I've seen by a team at any level, high school, college, professional, and now IFL, today's Varese Scorpions performance is right up there.
Yeah, if you're a fan of the underdog, the Scorpions are your team. They are a true underdog coming up from the second division, going to the first division, losing 42-7 in their opening game of the season, and now here they are in the semifinal, winning that wild card game with no import Americans on the field. Very impressive. Heroic.
Yep. Calvin Braunholtz, their terrific American quarterback, was injured midway through the second quarter, was taken away in an ambulance. His status for next week's semifinal game is unknown, but to do what they did without any Americans in particular is just extraordinary. That defense, absolutely outstanding, totally shutting the Rhino offense down.
Yeah, very impressive, especially in that second half where on the offensive side, the Scorpions couldn't do much, so the Rhinos had opportunity after opportunity, and the Scorpions stepped up and answered every time.
So the semifinal bracket is now set. We'll take a look at that now. The Scorpions play their way into a semifinal matchup with the number 1 seed, the Parma Panthers, who have ripped off 7 consecutive wins in IFL play. That other semifinal, though, Firenze Guelfi, the reigning champions, and the Ancona Dolphins, who beat up on Lazio this week in their quarterfinal, 41-18. That is going to be maybe the game of the season so far.
Yeah, get your popcorn ready because I think that one is going to be very entertaining. I mean, everything seems to be hitting just right for both these teams. The Guelfi are getting both of their most talented offensive players back in Gerbino and Fimiani, and the Dolphins are just on fire right now and are very hungry to make it to their first Italian Bowl.
I feel like if the Scorpions have any chance of pulling a major upset over Parma, Calvin Braunholtz has to come back for next week. He is now out of the hospital, we're told, which is a good sign. I'm not sure on his availability for next week. They're going to have to sort something out at quarterback if he can't go.
Yeah, you know, we know the defense is great, but you're right, Mason. We realize you can't count these guys out. I mean, they're in every game, but it's hard to imagine any scenario where without Calvin, they can really beat this Parma team who is very, very good.
So the semifinals are now set. We're going to have a couple of outstanding semifinal matchups the next couple of weeks here on BCSN.